First up, though, the 22-year-old Shubham Goel could make history by becoming the youngest governor in the United States. One Stevens Mason holds the record currently. Mason was 23 years old when he was elected the governor of Michigan in 1835. But Shubham won't be the first Indian American to become a governor. That record was set by Bobby Jindal, who was governor of Louisiana from 2008 to 2016. The only other Indian American to have been a governor in the United States is Nikki Haley. Haley was the governor of South Carolina from 2011 to 2017 and is now the United States ambassador to the United Nations. Now, both Jindal and Haley are from the Republican Party. Well, Shubham Goel is gunning to become California's new governor. He's the youngest candidate in the fray. He's joining me on the broadcast right now from California itself. Shubham, thanks for speaking with us. Why did you decide to run as an independent?
Yeah, that's a good question. So the reason I wanted to run as independent is because I think both parties, Democrat and Republican, they are completely flawed. Nowadays, especially in California, both parties just stick to their 2 or 3 talking points on the extreme portions on both sides. They don't do anything innovative with new solutions, new technology, new feasibility. All both sides will do is they will do extreme versions of gun control, immigration. They don't bring anything new to the table. They just say the same talking points that have been said for the last 50 years. And the thing is, both sides are just completely infested with money, right? There is so much money going around that all of the candidates have taken so much money in California to the point where they're not even running themselves. They're just running for the parties. I wanted to run as an independent because I think, I wanted to show people that you don't have to rely on these 2 parties. You don't have to rely on being a good fundraiser. You just need good technological platforms and conviction. You don't need any of that 2-party crap. So that's why I'm an independent thinker. I always have been. So, yeah.
All right. You speak about gun control. Well, we've seen some incidents of violence in the U.S. What is your stand on gun control?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I was recently graduating from school. And the thing is, when I went to school, right, elementary school and middle school, like 10 years ago, the only thing I ever had to worry about is what am I going to get at lunch? Am I well prepared for studying? But now the hard truth is that if you're a student in school now, you really do have to worry about these shootings because they're so prevalent, which is so devastating, right? So gun control definitely is a huge thing for the country that we have to address. So going to that, my first point with gun control is I do think a lot of it has to do with bullying, right? There's so much systemic bullying going around in our school system across the country that's going unnoticed. Teachers aren't reporting it. Psychologists we don't have enough psychologists to help be a resource for students. Students are just not treating each other with as much kindness. So first thing I want to do is I want to revamp our anti-bullying campaigns. We need to reinforce those campaigns. We need to put more funding into psychologists, and we need to up the enforcement of bullying. If anyone gets caught bullying, we should do a first-time offense. We talk to their parents in a conference room, whatever capacity is. The second punishment of bullying is we expel the students. We need to act tough on bullying because the reality is the mental health of students are struggling. So we need to take a direct initiative for that as well. So my first thing with the gun debate is I really do think we have to look at the schools with bullying because the mental health of students are suffering. So that's what I would do first,
Okay, you say you're neither a Republican nor a Democrat. Then what exactly is your agenda? What are the issues that you want to take up in your campaign and maybe even after if you are elected?
Yeah, so first thing is first is I've been very outspoken against the rampant corruption in our California political system and elections. So first thing I want to do is with social media, right? Like I said before, it's very easily accessible by people. You can easily just see anyone, learn more about them, right? Just by searching. That's the same thing I want with all California office holders. So instead of Facebook, GovBook. GovBook will be centralized, digitalized profiles for all California office holders. These profiles will show their money transactions they've had for the past 10 years. It'll show all the super PACs they have operated with. It will show any monetary interest they've had for the past 10 years. And also, it'll show all the platforms they advocated for during each election season and how far they actually were at accomplishing them. Just like students get grade reports, our government officials will get, grade reports on how well they've done. And this is very feasible, right? Very feasible, very easy, accessible by the people. As quick as take your phone out, you see what's happening. Another thing I want to do, education is so critical in California, and the UC system is the heart of California, right? So the Board of Regents, they're a group of governing body that controls the 9 UC campuses. They set the tuition rate. They set the resource allocation for the 9 UC campuses. The governor is the one who appoints this Board of Regents. So first thing I want to do is the governor will no longer appoint that Board of Regents. The students will elect them themselves. For the students, by the students, to the students. And this will more importantly prevent measures like when the president of the Board of Regents, Janet Napolitano, she got caught hiding $175 million last year from the students. Regents have been financially corrupt. They've been doing their own. There was even one regent who actually wanted to open up an optometry clinic and tie it in with the students' tuition money. The corruption is rampant, and that would never happen if the students elect them themselves. For the students, by the students, to the students. So these are two things I would quickly, on my first day of office, I would implement because they're very easy to implement, feasible, and, yeah.
All right, that sounds like a noble idea. You said before that you're not given to making speeches, but that you want to I'm going to request you to make one now. What exactly would you say to people watching right now? Why should they vote for Shubham Goel?
Why people should vote for me? My slogan is the Goel Rush. California's struggling. It's no secret. Not just one group, but all groups are struggling. California is world renowned for Silicon Valley and Hollywood, these two titan industries. But I tell people, don't be surprised if both industries dip out of California soon. I want to increase tax cuts for Hollywood. I want to lower taxes, axe to tax and let's relax is the platform of mine, to keep businesses in for Silicon Valley. We need to keep industries in. And just like my slogan, the Goel Rush, we will return to an age of prosperity like the 1800s where, California was this mecca. It was this paradise. And, things have to change. And if you think for 1 second that voting those people in the top 5 polling based on their money and fame will change anything, then these people are completely delusional. And again, I just wanted to show people that if an everyday nobody 22-year-old could run for governor, showed conviction, had technological platforms, then you can do it too. You don't have to rely on these statewide people. If I can do it, you can do it, So I hope people see that. And, yeah.
Well, full marks to you on some catchy slogans there, Shubham. All the best for that run for governorship. Appreciate you speaking with us here at WION.